What if I told you? The most powerful hours of your day aren't found in the noise of the afternoon, but in the silence before sunrise. What if those restless moments when you wake at 3 or 4 a.m. aren't accidents of stress, but secret invitations from the universe itself? And what if, instead of frustration, you discovered that this quiet window holds the key to peace, resilience, and unshakable strength? In the stillness of the night, when the world sleeps and silence blankets every corner, there exists a sacred hour, between 3 and 5 in the morning. This time is not meant to keep you awake in worry. It is a priceless gift, a doorway gently opened by the universe, offering you the chance to reconnect with yourself and to blend into the unseen rhythm of life. But what makes these hours so precious? Because in those fleeting moments, before the noise of traffic, before phones start buzzing, before the day demands your attention, you are engulfed in a peace that exists nowhere else. This is the rare air of dawn, and if you use it wisely, it can nourish your soul, restore your energy, and set your mind in perfect order. So the question becomes, what should you do with this gift? How do you turn these quiet hours into strength for your body, clarity for your mind, and calm for your soul? Stoic philosophy provides an answer. It teaches us that these hours are not interruptions, but invitations. They are not signs of stress, but signals to pause, to listen, to remember that deep within you carry a world waiting to be explored. And today, we'll walk through 5 actions you can take when you wake in this sacred window of time. 5 practices that restore your peace, empower your heart, and prepare you with full strength for the day ahead. But before we begin, I have a challenge for you. Don't just watch halfway. Stay with me until the very end, because each action builds upon the last, and missing even one may cost you a breakthrough. If you're ready, type in the comments. I accept the challenge. Let us know you're committed to this journey. So let's begin. Lesson 1. Declarations in the tranquility of dawn. While the world still sleeps, there is a sacred silence, a silence that carries power. In that stillness, the Stoics believed, lies a golden opportunity to reconnect with your soul and unleash the hidden strength within you. One of the most powerful practices is to speak personal declarations. These are not casual words. They are statements of identity, shields of confidence, and sparks of resilience. Declarations help us redefine who we are and shape the way we face whatever life throws at us. Think of them as inner armor, forged in silence. Words spoken at dawn are like seeds planted in fertile ground. They take root deeply, shaping the entire day ahead. Take Emma's story. She works in a high-pressure environment, surrounded by deadlines, competition, and stress. Yet each morning, before the world intrudes, she pauses. She stands in the quiet light of dawn and speaks her affirmations aloud. I am a steadfast wall against the storms of life. Every challenge I face is a stepping stone that makes me stronger and more resolute. I believe in my ability to overcome and to turn each day into a victory. Notice, these words aren't weak hopes. They are commands to her own spirit. They remind her of her strength, her courage, and her worth. And because she speaks them with conviction, they echo in her mind throughout the day, guiding her actions and steadying her emotions. This is the essence of declarations. They are not just about confidence. They are about ownership, taking charge of your inner world before the outer world has a chance to invade. So the next time you wake at 3 or 4 a.m., don't sigh in frustration. Don't reach for your phone. Instead, stand tall in the silence. Craft your own declarations. Say them aloud. Let your voice rise in the stillness, and let your soul hear itself. Because the way you speak to yourself at dawn becomes the way you carry yourself through the storm. Emma's story reminds us of a vital truth we cannot ignore. Affirmations are not just words spoken in silence. They are forces that carry us through storms. The strength she discovered each morning became the anchor she leaned on when real challenges appeared. One day, Emma faced a project filled with complex issues and high stakes. Many of her colleagues felt overwhelmed, discouraged, even fearful. Yet Emma, recalling the words she repeated every dawn, chose a different perspective. Instead of shrinking back, she saw the challenge as an opportunity, an arena to test her resolve and to grow stronger. With determination rooted in her morning declarations, she confronted the problems head-on. She did not simply find solutions for herself. she lifted the spirits of her entire team. Her confidence became contagious. Where others saw only obstacles, she modeled perseverance and courage. And as a result, the project not only succeeded, but shone brilliantly. Emma was recognized not just for her results, but for her leadership, for standing firm like a wall against adversity. Her affirmations became more than private whispers. They transformed into fuel, into visible strength, motivating not only herself, but everyone around her. This is the essence of Stoicism. Strength does not grow from avoiding life's storms. It comes from facing them, enduring them, and transforming each challenge into an opportunity for growth. More importantly, the discipline of repeating affirmations in the tranquil silence of early morning deepens their power. Each time we voice these declarations, we don't just hear them, we carve them into the depths of our souls. Over time, they cultivate a mental resilience, a steady wellspring of motivation that propels us forward no matter the obstacles. That is why affirmations are not simply positive words. They are tools of transformation. They equip us to meet adversity without fear, to see every challenge not as a burden but as training, a lesson, a step toward becoming unshakable. This is Stoicism at its core. Patience, courage, and continual self-improvement are the keys to happiness and to lasting success. So the next time you find yourself awake at dawn, between 3 and 5 a.m., remember this: you are not just facing another morning. You are standing at a doorway, an invitation to unleash your hidden potential, to assert yourself, and to reshape your future. Use the power of personal affirmations as a tool to transform not only your thoughts, but your life. These statements are reminders of the strength you already carry, the abilities waiting to be awakened. Lesson 2. Try to remember your last dream. In the quiet stillness of the night, when stars still whisper across the sky and the world has yet to awaken, the hours between 3 and 5 a.m. are far more than coincidence. Waking at this time is not random. It is an invitation, a call from within, a golden opportunity that philosophies like Stoicism recognize as a pathway inward, a chance to connect with the deeper wisdom of the soul. In those silent minutes, the last dream you carried before waking is not just a blur of fading images. It is often a message, a voice rising from the depths of your inner world, guiding you, pointing you toward clarity, reminding you of the path you are meant to tread. So when you open your eyes at this sacred hour, resist the urge to rush. Don't immediately dive into the worries of the day ahead. Instead, pause. Be still. Take a breath, reflect. Ask yourself, what did I just dream? What symbols, what feelings, what hidden truths linger? Imagine this. In your dream, you find yourself walking along a foggy path. The destination is unclear, the journey uncertain. Yet even in the haze, you keep walking, step after step, without weariness, without surrender. Though you do not see the road ahead, there is an unshakable faith deep inside you that every step has meaning. Each stride brings discovery. Each turn brings deeper understanding of who you are and where you are meant to go. Such a dream is not merely a string of images. It is a mirror of your inner state. It whispers truths about your resilience, your courage, your willingness to continue even when the way is hidden. And when you reflect on it in the quiet dawn, it becomes a teacher, showing you how to navigate life itself. So instead of dismissing your dreams as random, treat them as fragments of wisdom. They are not accidents. They are messengers, and remembering them at dawn allows you to weave their meaning into your waking life, guiding your choices, strengthening your resolve, and deepening your connection to the wisdom within. Dreams, as Stoicism reminds us, are never just random fragments of the mind. They are not meaningless flashes of imagination, but powerful symbols, signs of our ongoing journey of self-discovery and personal growth. Each dream reflects the deeper truth that even when the road ahead seems clouded, the act of continuing forward carries profound importance. Every step, no matter how small, is part of a larger design. Like brushstrokes in a grand painting, each detail, each decision, each movement contributes to the bigger picture of who we are becoming. Dreams don't simply acknowledge the journey, weaving images that remind us we are in motion. They also urge us to envision and to shape what comes next. They are not only mirrors of our inner anxieties and hidden desires, they are also lanterns, illuminating the path toward our future. When we take the time to remember and reflect on them, they transform into a source of inspiration and strength, reminding us to persevere, to keep growing, and to bring positive change into our lives and into the lives of those around us. Let's step into the story of James, a philosophy enthusiast who constantly sought inner peace. One quiet night, James awoke at around 3 a.m. A rare stillness filled the air, surrounding him with a sense of tranquility that felt almost otherworldly. In that half-awake, half-dreaming state, he recalled the vivid dream he had just experienced. In the dream, James stood before a long, winding road stretching endlessly toward the horizon. The path curved and twisted, disappearing into the distance. With each step he took, the ground seemed to echo softly beneath him. He did not know what challenges or discoveries lay ahead. And yet, he felt no fear, no anxiety. Instead, what welled up inside him was a sense of curiosity, courage, and quiet determination. Every step he took in the dream was more than forward motion. It was a part of a deeper journey, a process of uncovering himself. That realization struck him with clarity. Whether in dreams or in waking life, we are all travelers searching for meaning, strength, and happiness. And the road, no matter how uncertain, becomes meaningful simply because we choose to walk it. The next morning, James took his reflections seriously. He sat with his journal and carefully wrote down the images, emotions, and lessons from his dream. As he poured his thoughts onto paper, he began to understand. Dreams are not random illusions. They are messages from the soul. They are invitations to continue forward, to embrace life's uncertainties with courage, to trust that every step matters, even when the destination is unclear. From that morning onward, James began to treat his dreams differently. Instead of dismissing them as fading shadows, he welcomed them as guides. They became reminders of his inner strength, pushing him to pursue his passions and live with greater determination. Each time he woke at dawn, he no longer saw it as mere interruption. He saw it as a call, a sacred moment for self-reflection, and a reminder of his inherent ability to overcome challenges, both external and internal. This is the lesson Stoicism wants to convey. Every dream, every fleeting thought, carries value. They hold wisdom waiting to be uncovered, lessons waiting to be applied. They guide us toward meaning, toward resilience, toward happiness. When you wake in the middle of the night, it is not simply a disruption. It is an opportunity. An opportunity to reflect on your dreams, to reshape your future, and to write the next lines of your story with clarity, courage, and resolve. Under the soft light of dawn, Stoicism whispers a timeless truth. In every circumstance, no matter how uncertain, the keys to freedom and happiness lie within you. Introspection, the courage to question, the willingness to seek answers in the silence of your own soul. These are the tools that unlock the door. Lesson 3. Meditate. But what if you wake and find no dream to remember? What if your mind feels blank, leaving you unsure of what to do in that silent hour? Stoicism gives us a simple answer. Meditate. Do not force yourself back to sleep. Do not fight the wakefulness. Instead, treat it as a reminder, a nudge from the deepest part of yourself, that there is peace waiting for you to enter and spiritual strength waiting for you to explore. Between 3 and 5 in the morning, when the world is still silent, meditation becomes not just a practice, but a gateway, a chance to step into a calm that is rarely found during the busy hours of the day. Rewrite Lesson 3. Meditate. When the world around you is still fast asleep, there lies a rare moment of silence, an untouched canvas that invites you inward. Meditation in this sacred hour is not merely an act of sitting still. It is a gateway to your inner world, a passage where you can connect with yourself and the unseen energies that move through the universe. As the darkness begins to fade, but the first rays of light have not yet touched the sky, meditation becomes a mirror, reflecting your thoughts, your emotions, and your hidden depths back to you. In this reflective space, you are not trying to push emotions away or silence your mind. Instead, you are gently welcoming every thought, every memory, every complex feeling that lives inside you. And in this acceptance, something remarkable happens. Anxiety loosens its grip, tension steps aside, and a sense of tranquility takes its place. This stillness creates an inner chamber, a sanctuary where your inner voice resonates with clarity, a voice that whispers not fear, not doubt, but strength and peace. In the context of early morning meditation, the practice of focusing on the breath becomes especially powerful. Each inhale, each exhale is more than air. It is life itself. It is the bridge between your inner world and the universe outside. As you notice the coolness of the breath entering, the warmth as it leaves, you begin to realize something profound. Amidst the chaos of daily life, there always exists a calm center within you, a space untouched by noise or distraction. Stoic philosophy reminds us, strength does not come from avoiding life's storms. It comes from facing them with patience, with acceptance, with perseverance. Meditation at dawn is one of the purest ways to embody this truth. Between 3 and 5 a.m., while the world sleeps, you sit in silence, and in doing so you honor your inner strength. Each session becomes more than practice. It becomes a ritual, a sacred reminder that you are preparing yourself not just for the coming day, but for the lifelong journey of self-mastery and liberation. Every meditation brings you back to a deeper peace. It instills courage, it sharpens resilience, and it quietly builds a reservoir of strength that you will draw upon when challenges arise. This is why meditation in the early hours is not only calming, but empowering. It gives you the steady foundation to step into the new day with confidence and unwavering faith. But meditation is not only about preparing for challenges. It is also about honoring the present. It teaches us to see the value of the moment we are in, to recognize the miracle of existence itself. In the balance between silence and sound, between stillness and movement, we find harmony, both with ourselves and with the world around us. When you meditate at dawn, you are not escaping life, you are entering it more fully. You begin to see with clarity, to feel with openness, to live with intention. You realize that every breath is a gift, every quiet second is an opportunity, every heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive and capable of shaping the life ahead of you. Picture this scene. You are sitting quietly on the floor of your living room. The lights are off. Only the gentle grey of dawn filters through the window. You close your eyes. You notice the cool air flowing into your lungs, the warm air leaving your body. For a moment, nothing else exists, not your to-do list, not yesterday's worries, not tomorrow's unknowns. There is only breath. There is only presence. As the minutes pass, the silence deepens. A peace begins to spread slowly, gently across your soul. You start to notice even the smallest details, the whisper of wind slipping through the cracks of the door, the distant call of a bird waking to the new day, the faint sound of branches brushing against each other outside. Instead of distractions, these sounds become part of the meditation itself, threads weaving you more closely to the natural world, to the rhythm of the universe. And in this stillness, you discover more than calm. You discover yourself. You realize that beneath the layers of stress, beneath the noise of thought, there is a quiet strength that has always been there, waiting for you to listen. Rewrite Lesson 4. Practice gratitude meditation, as we've seen, is more than a practice of silence. It is a ritual of renewal. Each early morning session not only reshapes your energy, thoughts, and emotions, but also prepares your spirit for a new day filled with hope and confidence. And yet, Stoic wisdom does not stop at meditation. It invites us to step into another powerful practice, one that transforms the way we see life itself. That practice is gratitude. Do you know that the time between 3 and 5 a.m. is not only a sacred window for stillness, but also one of the most golden opportunities to cultivate a grateful heart? The Stoics emphasized again and again the power of recognition, recognizing the blessings, the gifts, the beauty, both great and small, woven into our lives. Gratitude for them was not a fleeting emotion. It was a discipline, a way of framing life so that even its smallest details became precious. When you awaken in this still atmosphere, even if you did not plan to, even if it feels unchosen, you hold in your hands the chance to turn the moment into something deeply meaningful. Instead of frustration at waking early, let it become an invitation, a reminder, a pause where you reflect on the good, on the beautiful, on the things that bring light to your existence. Take just a few minutes, in the silence before dawn breaks, to reflect. What am I grateful for? What blessings are already present in my life right now, in this very breath? This act alone has the power to shift your entire mindset. It creates an immediate sense of peace, softens any lingering anxiety, and generates a reservoir of positive energy that carries you into the day ahead. Gratitude at dawn prepares you, not only for the duties and challenges of the day, but also for embracing its joys with an open heart. Before the first rays of sunlight pierce the horizon, you slowly open your eyes. The house is still wrapped in silence. The world outside has not yet stirred. Beside you, you hear the gentle rhythm of your loved one's breathing, steady, calm, like a melody of safety and comfort. You feel the soft weight of the blanket around you, its warmth like an embrace. In that single moment, with nothing rushing in to distract you, peace envelops you fully. And in that peace, you allow gratitude to rise. Like the tide washing gently onto the shore, it comes softly but surely. I am grateful for this quiet. I am grateful for this warmth. I am grateful for the love that surrounds me, even in silence. Then you shift your thoughts forward. I am grateful for the day waiting to unfold. I am grateful for the opportunities that I have yet to see, for the challenges that will shape me, for the chance to live and grow again today. Each word of gratitude becomes more than acknowledgement. It becomes fuel. It strengthens your spirit, centers your mind, and reminds you of the abundance already present in your life. This is why the Stoics valued gratitude so highly. It is not just a nice thought. It is a powerful practice that transforms perspective. Where there was lack, you see fullness. Where there was complaint, you find acceptance. Where there was fear of tomorrow, you discover hope for today. Gratitude in the early hours is not about ignoring hardships. It is about recognizing that even in hardship there are gifts. Even in difficulty, there are lessons. Even in silence, there is love. So the next time you find yourself awake at dawn, don't waste the moment by wishing you were asleep. Instead, seize it. Turn it into a ritual of gratitude. Whisper your thanks, not only for the obvious blessings, but for the small, easily overlooked ones too. The breath in your lungs, the steady beat of your heart, the fact that you have lived to see another sunrise. Because gratitude is not just about listing blessings, it is about feeling them, letting them permeate your soul, and allowing them to transform the way you meet the day ahead. And when you step into the morning carrying gratitude, you step into life itself with strength, clarity, and joy. Rewrite Lesson 5. Practice journaling. Gratitude, as we've seen, is more than just a feeling. It is a guiding light. It helps us affirm the noble values within ourselves and illuminates the hidden strength we already carry. With gratitude, we recognize life's beauty, nurture hope, and awaken the courage to overcome obstacles. But Stoic wisdom doesn't end there. It invites us into another powerful morning practice, one that deepens this process of self-discovery: journaling. The hours between 3 and 5 a.m. when silence still blankets the world are not just the beginning of a new day. They are a sacred window, a time when Stoicism urges us to pause, reflect, and reconnect with our inner selves. Journaling in these quiet hours is more than writing. It is a ritual, a conversation with the soul, a gateway into clarity, healing, and personal growth. When you pick up your journal at dawn, you are choosing to listen. Each page becomes more than paper. It becomes a mirror, a confidant, a safe companion that receives every thought, every emotion, every unspoken worry without judgment. In the stillness of early morning, writing becomes sacred. The silence gives weight to your words. Each sentence slows your mind, steadies your breath, and brings focus back to what truly matters. You don't have to worry about grammar, spelling, or structure. The goal is not perfection. It is honesty. The journal is not a test. It is an open door. Let your mind wander. Let your hand move freely. Allow every hidden thought to emerge, the ones you bury under work, distractions, or daily noise. You may discover desires you've ignored, about fears you've hidden, or questions you've never dared to ask. Journaling brings them to light, and in doing so, it begins the process of release. Imagine this. You wake in the early hours, feeling heavy, burdened by a fog of unease you cannot name. You open your journal. At first the words come slowly, fragments, phrases, scribbles that seem uncertain. But as you continue, clarity begins to emerge. You start to recognize the true source of your unease. Perhaps it is the pressure of an unfinished project at work. Perhaps it is the subtle distance in a relationship you've been avoiding. Perhaps it is simply the wariness of carrying too much without pause. Line by line, your thoughts spill onto the page, and in the process you find understanding. The act of writing becomes an act of self-healing. Tension you once carried alone begins to dissolve. Burdens transform into insights. The fog clears. You begin to see yourself, not through the blur of stress, but with honesty and compassion. This is why Stoics valued journaling so highly. For Marcus Aurelius, journaling was not just writing. It was philosophy in motion. It was a daily practice of grounding himself, confronting his thoughts, and shaping his inner life with clarity. He used his writings not for an audience, but for himself, to stay aligned with wisdom, discipline, and purpose. In the same way, your journal can become your compass. A place to process pain, but also a place to set intention, to decide what matters most. To write not only about struggles, but about victories, hopes, and visions for the day ahead. Each word is a seed planted in the soil of your mind, shaping the way you step into life. So when you wake between 3 and 5 a.m., do not waste the moment. Take up your journal. Write with openness, with patience, with honesty. Use this quiet ritual to liberate yourself from hidden burdens and to prepare your heart for the day. Because journaling is not simply about recording life, it is about reclaiming it. It is about transforming confusion into clarity, fear into resilience, and silence into wisdom. And when you engage in this practice day after day, you will find that your journal is not only a record of your journey, it is the very map that guides you forward. Rewrite. Closing of Lesson 5, an outro. With every word you write, with every sentence you place onto the page, you are not only identifying the true source of your anxieties, you are also laying the foundation for what comes next. Journaling in the quiet hours of dawn does more than uncover hidden burdens. It prepares you to act. Perhaps you recognize the root of your stress lies in work pressures. In that moment, journaling allows you to turn vague worries into specific goals. Clear steps you can take to face responsibilities without being crushed by them. Or maybe you notice your unease comes from tensions in personal relationships. By writing honestly, you begin to release resentment and find the courage to seek acceptance, to adjust your mood, and to approach the situation with greater clarity and peace. This is the power of journaling at its core. It transforms raw emotion into awareness, and awareness into direction. It helps you face challenges not with panic, but with courage, not with blame, but with self-control. And in doing so, it opens the path toward inner peace and true autonomy. Stoic philosophy reminds us that real strength does not come from controlling others or bending circumstances to our will. It comes from mastering ourselves. Inner strength and self-control are the keys to enduring life's storms. And journaling, especially in those early hours when the world is still asleep, becomes a practice that nurtures these very qualities. So journaling is not merely about keeping a record of your life. It is not just about reflecting for the sake of reflection. It is an indispensable part of living in alignment with Stoic principles. Each page is a tool for self-discovery, yes, but it is also a step toward living a self-directed, meaningful, and fulfilling life. Think of your journal as more than paper and ink. Think of it as a story unfolding, your story. With every entry, you are writing the narrative of your development, the account of how you overcame, how you chose autonomy, and how you found spiritual freedom. These pages will one day remind you not only of what you endured, but of the strength you cultivated in the process. And as dawn still lies hidden in slumber, when you awaken between 3 and 5 a.m., know this: these are not random moments. They are invitations, precious opportunities to practice the art of inner peace that Stoicism has handed down for centuries. By engaging in these early morning rituals, affirmations, reflecting on your dreams, meditation, gratitude, and journaling, you are not just starting another day. You are sowing the seeds of self-improvement, planting them deep within the soil of your spirit, and watching them grow stronger with every sunrise. But the journey does not end with you. Stoicism reminds us that wisdom, when shared, multiplies. The lessons you practice alone in silence can ripple outward, inspiring others to walk their own path of self-discovery. That's why we invite you now. Share your journey with us. Leave a comment below about your experiences with these practices or the Stoic insights that have touched your life. Your words may be the encouragement someone else needs to begin their own transformation. And if this video has spoken to you, if it has given you even one spark of clarity, strength, or peace, don't hesitate to pass it on. Share it with a loved one, a friend, or anyone you believe could benefit from these timeless Stoic lessons. In sharing, you are not only spreading wisdom, you are building a community of growth, strength, and resilience. Finally, if you are not yet part of our growing family, we invite you to subscribe to the channel. Join us as we continue to explore and apply the wisdom of Stoicism, taking its powerful truths from ancient philosophy into the daily realities of our modern lives. Together, we can create a more meaningful existence, where every dawn becomes a chance to live with greater clarity, purpose, and peace. So as we close, remember this: every moment you wake in the stillness of night is not an interruption, but an opportunity, a reminder of your infinite potential. A call to practice self-discipline, to nurture inner strength, and to rediscover the peace already within you. Thank you for spending this time with us today. May you carry these lessons into your own journey, and may every morning remind you of the extraordinary power you already possess. Until next time, stay strong, stay calm, and keep moving forward.